Hello all and welcome to another Kevin Entertainment video. It's Art here with the 1 month in review of the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. This is the Fig Edition. I can tell you from the last review, it was dropped, not on purpose, on accident, and it survived the drop without even really registering the drop. It didn't, no scratches, no dings, no dents, no nothing. So I knew it was a well-built machine, and it is. I can tell you that there are some things I love about it. The notes are responsive. You can change the color of your ink or your highlight to, like, I think it is like 6 or 7 or maybe 9 different colors, so you can have a flow workspace. There's the lasso tool that you can use and do. It's great for reading because it's responsive for reading. You get an enormous battery life, almost 40 hours of battery life when reading. Like 40 to 45 hours of battery life when reading. Of course, because it's got the specific screen that it's got, which is in a lot of the color ink readers. When it's all the way down and the brightness level is not on, it is a very dark screen, so you do need to have the brightness turned up. For me, I'm glad I own it. I'm glad that I was able to get one for my work. But I can't say that I recommend really buying one because of the steep price tag. I got the 64 gigabyte version, which is $670 or almost $680 before tax. So it's a little not even a little steep of a price tag. It's a hugely steep price tag. It is, quite frankly, an unfair price tag. It is a great device. I'm loving it. I've only had to charge it really once. I've even left the Wi-Fi on. It took 2 hours and 42 minutes and 35 seconds for it to charge from 20% all the way up to 100%. I did keep that on record. I will keep a record of that going through the lifespan of the battery, but it's got great battery life. It reads great. I, for one, have it to where, because you can have it to where it shows like art gallery pictures or on your sleep screen, or you can have it to where it shows the cover of your last book read or something like that. And that's what I have because I like it that way. It lets me know at least what I've read in this. And I've got the pen upside down, actually. It lets me know what I've read in this on this device, and I do that with all my devices, really, because I like to see what the last book I read on the device was. The magnet for the pen here on the side is super strong. I've been told that you can hold the device itself, and we'll test it here. You can hold the device itself by just the pen itself when it's magnetically properly connected, like it is right now. So and I can't seem to do it because, yeah, it wants to move the pen on me, but once it's in the grooves all the way. Let me see what the groove is. Alright. Because I'm just trying to make sure it's properly in the groove. Because there's a little groove here on the side where the pen connects to it. Well, that doesn't help that the flap was in the way. The flap of the case was in the way. So, let me see. Can you hold it up by the pen? So, you can, but you have to kind of balance not taking the pen off, because every time I try to do it, the pen tries to come off. But now the pen's in there right. The case, which is the Amazon Executive Folio case, also in the color fig. It does have the wake to sleep function. You guys saw how easy it was for me to put on when I revealed the folio cover. My dog, with her sharp nails, has stepped on this, and this is showing no real damage to close inspection. So, to my close eye inspection. So it is built well, I can say that. It is built well. Both the case and the device are built very, very well. Very, very sharp. And very, very good with technique. It has been my go-to reading Kindle, even in my private life, even in my private time. It's my go-to reading Kindle because it's so light, and with the 11-inch screen, it's amazing. But like I said, the price tag, it's just so cost prohibited, except for somebody that's already so deeply in the Kindle ecosystem. Like, I'm gonna eventually do a list of the Kindle e-readers that I've bought and owned over the years, and it's pretty far because it goes all the way back to the Kindle keyboard with that awkward mouse functionality, to the Kindle Colorsoft, the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, that is the latest model out now, and I've owned pretty much every one in between there. I just love these devices. And I love the fact that you can fit more words on the page on the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, which I still wish they would have named it. I would have named it the Kindle Color Scribe, or the Kindle Scribe Color. I wouldn't have called it the Colorsoft, because there's already a Kindle, which I do own, called the Kindle Colorsoft, already in the lineup. So putting the word scribe, it just gets so confusing. The bigger one is the Scribe Colorsoft, the smaller one is the Colorsoft. But for it reminds me of the Xbox nomenclatures of Xbox 360, and then Xbox One, and then Xbox Series XS. Like, who the hell named these devices? Seriously. The ones that make sense for me are like the Scribe, the Paperwhite, the Touch. Because at the time, the Kindle keyboard, as we now call it, was the Kindle, was just a plain old Kindle back in the day. But I love how they've gotten it to look more Star Trek X-esque, because it looks bigger. It just is. It is bigger. It is better. It is nice to see color on the screen. The human eye is meant to see color, not just black and white. That's why we enjoy color movies and color videos here on YouTube. Although there is some film noir stuff that people love, and the old black and white movies are just as good too. But if you really, really, really want one, then save up your money and wait for it to go on sale, because eventually it will, and get one. I don't know how much it'll go on sale. Maybe only like $50 to $100, but it'll still be worth a better price tag than the $680 it is now. And if you want the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, but you don't want the 64 gigabyte version, and 32 gigabytes is enough for you, which for a lot of people, that's a metric ton of books, and that's a metric ton of notebooks. That is a metric ton for a device that really can't do anything more than read and write. Yes, it has an internet browser. It can go on the internet somewhat, but it can't really do anything more than that. And that's not unfortunate. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to basically be a device where you unplug from the internet, except for downloading books, basically, and syncing your notebooks, and you just get back to the written word either when you're writing it or reading it. I think that is the point, and that is the joy of it. Am I upset that I bought the device? Well, no, I had to buy it for purposes of work, but I'm not upset that I bought the device. But would I have bought it on my own without needing it for what I do? That answer is probably not right away. I probably would have waited for like a Prime Day or a Black Friday sale this year. Like, I wouldn't have got it on the day when it first launched at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. my local time on the 28th of January. I don't think I would have gotten it that quickly because I just don't think it's worth the price tag. Remember, this is more expensive than a PS5. Not a PS5 Pro, but a PS5. And a PS5 can do so much more. You can watch Netflix, watch Twitch, YouTube. You might even be watching this on your PS5. You can play video games on your PS5. And all this does, and I'm not discounting it, but all it does is read and write in color. I think they missed the boat by pricing these so expensively. I would have liked to seen this come in at like $450, $500 instead of almost $700. That's US, by the way. From my understanding, that's almost $1,000 Canadian. So that's a huge investment. It even made me go, whoa! But then I knew I was grabbing it because I needed to for work and that. So that's just how that goes. But I enjoyed it. I enjoy it very much. It's my go-to Kindle. It's even my go-to Kindle when I read at night or when I'm journaling at night. You'll see it, well, you will have seen it in my, and you will see it going forward for my monthly reading roadmap videos. That's where I'll be taking notes and doing it from. So you'll see this device a lot in videos, and of course you'll get a 3-month in and a 6-month in and a 1-year in review still too. Leave in the comments down below if there are any questions you'd like to ask. The pen is super responsive. The page turns are super responsive. For the screen, tech-wise, this is really the only tech I know, other than battery life, is it's 300 ppi, either 300 or 330 ppi in black and white, and it's 150 ppi in color because of some overlay. It's not true color, it just overlays on the black and white and does all that. But if you want a technical breakdown, there's other videos on YouTube. This review series is how a reader and a user who is a heavy Kindle user, a heavy journaler, a heavy note taker, a heavy user of all the Scribe's features, both reading and writing, finds use cases for it and the use case scenario for it. So that for me is what this review series is about. It's for practical use. If you want technical breakdown, I'm sure I could get into technical breakdown, but I find that other, like Digital Foundry does a good job. Amazon themselves can tell you the tech specs. This is how this operates in the wild, which I think if you're going to plop down either $630 or $680 in cash, I think that is how it operates in the wild. Now, your use case scenario might be different than mine. You might be a college student who needs to take notes and read your textbooks. It's still a great use for it. But, and you may want it for the 11-inch screen just to read on it. Still an excellent use for it. I cannot justify buying this at full retail price. And I think after the early adopters and the people that need it for review purposes and all that get one, I think Amazon's not going to see this one move as quickly as they think. It probably has sold out of the first shipment, maybe even the second shipment. But I'm talking long-term viability. I don't see this being at this price point for long-term viability wise. That's my issue with it. It's all long-term viability. I do think that the Scribe Colorsoft itself has long-term viability, because I do think I could see a point in time when they no longer make black and white e-ink readers. It's all e-ink in color, like the Colorsoft or the Kobo Libre Color, that kind of a thing. I can see a time where we may not see Kobo, or we may not see black and white e-readers, which is fine with me, because I think as long as they can make it look like the page, like they do now, and they make it feel the best that reading can feel. And yes, I understand that the original Kindle Scribe and the 2024 edition were both 10.2 inch screens. What's a 0.8 difference? It's huge because the bezel is smaller. That I kind of don't like, because I find it odd of where to place my hands when I'm reading and not turning the page. Something I would love Amazon to bring back would be page turn buttons. Yes, I know they got the device that you can get that hooks onto the device, that you can click a button and turn the page. But I want actual physical page turn buttons, because it's kind of annoying not to have them. I will be playing around with more of the settings. Leave in the comments down below if you have any questions for the 3-month in review, or the 6-month in review, or the 1-year in review. Let me know that in the comments down below. The 1-year in review won't come until 2027. Wow. We'll be in the next year before it comes. But the 3 months in and the 6 months in will all be in this year, of course. Because it'll be 3 months in May, I think, right? March. February is 1 month. So April will be 3 months. And then August will be 6 months. So that's when you can look to see more of this. And I'm still going to do, at some point, the comparison between the 24 Kindle Scribe and the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, and see what digital revolution. Obviously, it'd be unfair to compare color versus non-color as far as color goes, because the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft gets that hands down, being the only one in color. But I think, like I said, I think the price tag is just ridiculously ridiculous, considering all of what it doesn't do. But with that said, Let me, like I said, let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you plan on buying a Kindle Scribe Colorsoft or one of the newer Kindles. Let me know that in the comments down below. But until next time, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, happy reading! I'll see you again soon. And peace.